I don't really think y'all understand how SMMA can deadass change your whole entire life forever in the next 3 months. And for some context, my name's Cole. I've made over $3 million online with SMMA. And I went from 6K a month to 104K a month in just 4 months. Literally my whole entire life changed. As you can see right here, December 2022, which is around 2 years ago, 3 years ago at this point, I did 6.2K with Achilles advertising. This is my P&L. And in March 2023, I did $104,000. And I ended up profiting almost 70 grand this month and spent $20,000 on travel to celebrate. And I bet you see a bunch of videos like this and a bunch of people going fast as fuck with SMMA, and you're probably wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? And so in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact journey and like what that looked like in those 4 months that allowed me to experience that type of growth that fast, and like exactly what I did, what my days looked like, and everything like that. And so for a little bit of context, for those who don't know me already, in 2022, I was in college. I wasn't technically in college. I had dropped out at this point, but that's where like I was living. In 2021, I was in college as well. And so I was in this frat house, 2 other dudes. My bathroom was always broken and I shared a room. You can see right here, there's a bong right there. There's like ash all over the table. This is me in my shared room. There was another bed on this left side. You can see like in this call, there's like Nathan Bentley. And if you guys like know anything about like, if you're in the agency space, like this was a community I joined and I'll kind of get into that later. But then literally 4 months later, so this was in December and this was in April of that next year, I bought my Rolex in March. So within a 3-month period, I went from nothing, broke, negative 10 grand in my account, to going on vacations to New York, spending $1,000 on a 15-minute helicopter ride, buying a $15,000 watch, the watch of my dreams. That next year we did $1 million. In one payment, I collected $47,000. So we did 75% of an average American salary in one day at 19 or 20. I don't really know how old I fucking was, but we went from 5K a month to 100K a month in 4 months. This was at 1030 South Parkside Drive, right? This is the address. I lived in Tempe, Arizona. I had a yellow ass door, ugly ass house. I think my rent in total was $2,300 split amongst 4 people, $600 a month. 1 year straight, 16 hours of work every single day. I didn't drink once, I didn't smoke once. Every single moment spent optimizing my life. There were parties being thrown twice a week at minimum. To join that community that I was talking to y'all about of here, I basically I took out a loan for 10K. I paid that community, it was $4.8 thousand. The loan I took out for 10K was a student loan. I had to finesse that because my credit was shit. I don't come from a great family that would have given me money, or we wouldn't even got approved for shit. So there were parties being thrown twice a week, and I would go get an Airbnb, $67 out in Phoenix, drive my Audi, my $2,000 car. I lived with a toxic couple. Toxic is understatement. Every night I'd hear this dude like screaming, calling his girl a bitch. The girl's calling him a fucking dickhead, manipulative. Things are hitting fucking holes in the wall, everything like that. And some would say I wasted good years, but personally, I think I'm doing all right. So against all odds, how did I do it, right? And so like a big question I get asked is basically like the situation that I'm coming from and that I come from. Obviously not the best. And there's 2 things you can do about it, right? You can either fucking accept that's where you're at and feel lucky that's where you're at, or you could be a fucking victim and a bitch. And so I chose the former. So the first thing was just my mindset. I know you're probably thinking, Cole, God damn it, you didn't make this video and make me click on it with the thumbnail and the title and the fucking hook and all that shit so you can talk to me about my mindset. I did, okay? Only for a little bit though. But it's truly the only thing that matters. Like Tony Robbins said, business is 80% about mindset and 20% about actual tacticals, and I couldn't like agree more with anything. Because like the actual tacticals it's not that hard. It's like, but can we get ourselves to do the things that we know we need to do every single day, day in, day out, see no progress and do it over and over and over again, right? Number 1. Number 2, can we hold ourselves accountable? Number 3, like when we fail, can we have the mindset to make a clear decision to move forward, right? So the first thing that I needed to realize is that I was competing with the top 1%. I realized I was in competition with a new level, right? No longer the ones surrounding me, the college guys who were drinking, going out to fucking Mill Modern Bar Social every Thursday, or Devil's Advocate, but I was in competition with some of the like hardest working people in the world, right? I wanted to be where the Joel Kaplans were. I wanted to be where the top dogs were. And so I was gonna have to work harder than them. And so when I would compare myself to the people around me, I would think I'm the shit. But when I would compare myself to them, I was a piece of shit, you know? And so like David Goggins talks about, be uncommon amongst uncommon, right? Every single time you level up, you get more uncommon. But then the people that you are around get also more uncommon. People talk about you're the same person or whatever as the 5 people you surround yourself most. That's not true. What actually is true is you're the same person as the 5 people you compare yourself to the most. If you're around a bunch of college kids and you compare yourself to them, it was really easy for me to be like, I'm the shit, I'm working 2 hours, these motherfuckers are hammered. I'm the shit. I at least want to make money online. I'm not in the fucking matrix. But realistically, I was being a bitch. And so I needed to start comparing myself to people online. I cut out every single person in my real life and I started only having online internet friends. Now, I never thought I would be that type of dude to have internet friends, but it was what it does. So basically what I'm saying is this top 1%, let's say Joel or whatever, whoever Like let's say the top agency in your niche who's doing 200K a month. By the way, this doc is from some masterclass that I did with some of my clients. Arjun Jake are some of my clients who I have like an interview with them, but they're at like 80K months. They've seen me walk them through this 100 times. My time's worth $1,000 an hour. Is going to the gym daily going to give me a better output so I can make more money and work longer, or is it a net negative? Is me going to the gym worth $2,000 every day, right? Yes, it is for me because I care about my appearance. And I know that if I'm bigger, right, if I have more mental clarity, then it will make me more money. But you will not make 1K an hour unless you command that of yourself. Number two, delegation. Since I value my time at 1K an hour, what are the activities that command my time and attention? So instead of hoarding cash in my bank account for a pat on the back, I was more interested in hiring and delegating so I could grow and focus on the thing that entrepreneurs are supposed to do. Entrepreneurs are not cold callers. Entrepreneurs are not DMers. Entrepreneurs lead and they have proper capital and time allocation. That's it. They can properly allocate their money and properly allocate their time, right? Oh, I wrote that right here. So I'm not the best at sales. So what? Joel Kaplan's not the best at marketing or sales. I've actually seen that he's bad at sales. And I've actually seen that he's a bad marketer. Like he's not traditionally good at marketing. So what? He does $800,000 months. Across 3 businesses, he's done $2 million months. He knows where to put his dollar for the biggest return. Do we spend more in ads? Do we launch another offer? Do we hire a setter? Do we delegate CS? Do we hire an agency? Do we need consultants? Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they aren't the smartest or the best coders or anything, right? They can source talent and align it with their mission. That's literally all that anyone needs to be good at. Can we find somebody that can do it better than us? How much do we pay them? Where do we put our time? They find the best marketer in the world and they pay them. They find the best sales guy and they pay them, right? And they give them the opportunity to achieve their dreams within their business. And that's the key. To create income, we are all capital allocators. We spend our money, we know it'll come back. If you're scared to spend, it will keep you mediocre. Being scared to spend is the most retarded shit in the whole entire world, whether it's on ads or anything like that. Spending money, like scared money don't make money. That's all I can say. So it means you don't believe in yourself to lose it and make it back. You probably think that what you have now is luck, right? Let's say you have $2,000. You don't think you can make $2,000. And I'm not trying to shit on you because I didn't think I could make $2,000, but you can make $2,000. And the moment you stop thinking about $2,000 as life or death is the moment you start making $2,000 like it's fucking nothing, right? Do you think I'm sitting here or Joel's sitting here or Iman sitting here being like $2,000, shit, should I do that? No. No, you spend the fucking $2,000 and you know that it'll come back because you know you can make $2,000 in a fucking day. And so if you don't think you can, $2,000 is one client, right? And so your relationship with money needs to change. So analyze where the dollar will multiply the most in your business and then spend heavily. I'm not saying go spend money for no reason. I'm saying make a clear decision on where the dollar is gonna multiply the most. Okay, let's say you're getting 10x on ads right now, 10x for us. Why don't you go spend 5 bands a day? Maybe 5 is ridiculous. Why don't you go spend $1,000 a day and hire a closer, right? But like literally, if you spent 5x on ads, I'm willing to bet, oh wait, maybe your business will 5x. So time allocation and capital allocation go hand in hand, right? One, delegate so we can have time and allocate it properly. So like an example would be like delegating CS work, right? Like CS work, it's not worth the highest per dollar per hour. So we find somebody, we delegate it so that we can then go to allocate our time properly. We all have the same amount of time in a day, right? So we all have the same amount of time in the day. The reason why some people have more money is because they think, what one thing will make the biggest impact on my business today, right? You guys are jumping around. You have no focus. You're jumping around to this one sales process thing and then this automation and then this funnel and then this ad and then this landing page. When I'm growing my business, I'm sitting here being like, how can I 3x? How can I 10x? I need to 10x the eyeballs is most of the time the answer. 10x the ads. How can I 10x the ads without seeing fatigue? More creatives. So break it down like that. Let's say your show rate is 33%, but you're getting leads and your close rate is 25%, right? Odds are that if you doubled your show rate, like business is a game of doubles. Like how can we double things? So if we double our show rate, then we're doubling our business already, right? And let's say we double the amount of leads we're getting, then we're 4xing our business, right? And so maybe the first thing is like, okay, I need to double my show rate. So first thing, I block it off in the beginning of the day. How can I double my show rate? And we start knocking things out. Okay, what are we doing? Maybe like I'm researching or I'm implementing things or I'm getting data or I'm calling leads being like, why didn't you show up, right? And so never have a to-do list. It will never end and it's not actually productive, right? That's how you get nothing done and 6 months later, you're in the same spot as you are today, which is the worst fucking thing that can happen. So how to make sure this doesn't happen, block off the calendar, right? Be strict, so time block. Number 2, ask yourself what would make the biggest difference and then eat the frog. Eat the frog is just get it done with in the beginning of the day, what I was just talking about. And then delegate so you can do these things and you're not stuck talking to clients all day, which is why we need poise. Poise is balanced, grounded, ready for action, self-possessed, and your control of your faculties. Basically, you're a calm human who can make good decisions as an 8-figure business owner to be able to make calm decisions in the eye of the storm. When a warrior is at war, right, he can be very, very emotional. But the one who can sit there, be getting fucking stabbed, and still make a calm decision is the one that will survive, right? So we make big decisions as business owners, and the bigger you get, the bigger decisions come, right? And with that comes big mistakes. But if we can't have poise, we make bigger decisions and lose money. So we need to mitigate risk while maximizing reward, if that makes sense. So if we can't be calm while making decisions, we are going to lose a shit ton of money. That one's pretty obvious. But if we can be calm, we can mitigate the risk while maximizing the amount of money we can make. And so the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about on how I scaled was just the importance of delegation. Now, my business was structured a little bit differently. Traditionally, at 100K a month, you only need like 7, right? So if you do everything yourself, you get the same result. You basically have a high paying job, no enterprise value, and you're not a business owner. So, but when you're calculating, and I'll kind of end the video off here, how much should you make per hour or how much should you delegate? Basically, go figure out how much you actually make per hour. Let's say you guys are doing 5K a month, 2K a month, 100K a month, 30K a month, whatever. How much do you profit monthly? How much do you work monthly? Divide your profit by how much you work. That's your dollar per hour. Seems pretty simple. I know. I don't know why people don't do this, but this is a concept of buying back your time by Dan Martell. Anything under that dollar amount, right, you will delegate. So let's say you make 10K a month in profit and you work 40 hours a week. That would be 160 hours a week. 10K divided by 160, you make 62 bucks an hour, 62.5. And so you cold calling would be dumb because you can delegate that for 11. You sending DMs, same thing. Even you closing, probably same thing. Even you maybe media buying, CS, like you can delegate all those things for less than that, right? And so then it's okay to go ahead and delegate that, and it's a smart decision. Now, I know this video was a lot of mindset stuff, but there's so much tacticals on YouTube of how to send DMs and how to fucking send the best text blast, and that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is how can we stay in the game long enough? How can we compete like a fucking competitor? And how can we literally just be ready for that next opportunity to hit, create the blue ocean in our road motion market, do something that the market's never seen before, and really scale and see this amount of scale fast. This business can change your life within 120 days, within 90 days, I guarantee you. It did for me, and I can't be more grateful, right? And so I know this was a lot of mindset stuff. I got more tactical stuff on the channel. I got more tactical stuff coming soon. As always, if y'all enjoyed, hit the sub button. Helps me out a bunch. I'll talk to y'all soon.